Hello. Come closer. Yes, you. Nice to meet you. I would like to introduce myself. I am an African Union Treaty. Huh? What is an African Union Treaty? A treaty is a written international agreement between states. A treaty may also be called a convention or a charter. Is a protocol also a treaty? States sometimes agree to add to a treaty, and they do this by making additional agreements that are called protocols to a treaty. So, an African Union Treaty is an international agreement that is negotiated and adopted by African Union member states. Before changing its name in 2002, the African Union was known as the Organization of African Unity, OAU, established in 1963. So the African Union treaties include even those that were adopted by the Organization of African Unity. How are we made? In order to join my family of African Union treaties, the first draft is prepared by the African Union Commission. That draft is then considered by independent experts who contribute their knowledge to make it better. After that, the experts from the governments of all the African Union member states come together to negotiate the treaty. When they agree, the Council of Ministers of Foreign Affairs approve it, and it is finally adopted by the African Union Assembly of Heads of State and Government. How many of us are there? My family now has 60 members. 36 are already in effect because member states ratified them. However, many of us are still waiting to spring into action because we require member states to ratify us. Why, you ask? Ratification is the act through which a state demonstrates its agreement to be legally bound by the terms of a particular treaty. States do this by bringing their instruments of ratification to the African Union Commission where they are registered. Am I ratified? My name is the African Charter on Democracy, Elections and Governance, and I was adopted in 2007. I was lucky enough to enter into force in 2012, 5 years later. However, many of my family members are still waiting for the opportunity to serve the African people in each member state. How do I serve? Me and my family embody the shared values of the Union. We help to bring about socio-economic integration and development on the continent. We are also the primary source of African Union law and the basis for African solutions to African problems. That sounds complicated. How do you do all that? Each member of my family is concerned with a different issue, such as human rights, environmental protection, peace and security, protection of cultural heritage and property, free movement of persons, youth empowerment, governance, and rule of law, just to mention a few. When member states ratify us, they agree to take action that benefits all the people in these areas. If every member of my family had entered into force and was being implemented by member states, we would be on our way to achieving the aspirations of the African Union, which are set out in Agenda 2063 and the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. The agenda and goals are maps of how to make life better for all of us. So how do I help you to serve? I'm glad you asked. This is how you can get involved. Learn more about us on www.au.int. Get in touch with your local parliamentarians and civil society organizations and ask them to get everyone to work together so that your state can ratify African Union treaties so we can build the Africa we want. Thank you for your time.